Why optimists always win. You see, optimism is a choice. It's not something that you're born with, like you're born optimistic or you're born pessimistic. It's something that you choose. You understand? It's a way of thinking, it's a projection. And the way you think determines how you experience life. Because if you are negative, then you're going to see the negative in every single situation. You're going to attract the negativity into your life. If you're optimistic, you can see the positive or the opportunity in every situation, and you will attract that into your life. So just by changing the way you perceive will change your entire life. Your whole experience will be completely different. That's why optimism is so powerful, because you're literally training your mind to see the good. You're training your mind to see the positive in situations, which is only going to benefit you, which is only going to enhance your existence. That's why it's very, very important to adopt the optimistic mindset. Optimism shapes your reality. The way you are experiencing life is down to the way you think. Your thinking is down to your wiring, the way you've wired yourself. Now, we are naturally a certain way, but you can definitely alter it. You understand? Optimism is literally going to show you the good, show you the light, show you the positivity in the world and in every single situation, which, if you pay attention closely enough, you have opportunity to progress and elevate all the time. But if you can only see the negative, if you can only see the bad things, if you can only see the things that are wrong in the world or wrong with people, then there is no opportunity for you to grow. If you want to live a joyful, peaceful, harmonious life, then adopt the optimistic mindset, because that will literally open all the doors for you. Like the quality of your life really comes down to the way you think. If you are negative all the time, 89% of the time you're looking at the worst case scenarios, then guess what's going to happen? Your whole lifetime will be negative, regardless of what you achieve. But if you're positive, happy, and optimistic all the time, you're going to see that, and your whole lifetime will be a blessing. So this is the significance of the optimistic mindset. It shapes your reality. The way you experience this life is down to your thinking, not what's happening to you, the way you think. Train your brain to see the good. The moment you start to train your mindset or your brain to see the positive in every situation, to see the opportunity, life is is completely different. And it's a day by day process. Just like how you train your muscles, just like how you train to learn a skill, same way you have to train to see the positive or to be optimistic. It's a day by day. Whenever something happens, look at the positive, look at what you've learned, look at how this can serve you or improve your life. That's all it is. Continuously doing that over a period of time will rewire your mind, will make you naturally gravitate towards optimism, naturally gravitate towards opportunities. Even in the worst case scenarios and even situations that you don't want to experience, and that, still look for the positive, or at least look for the opportunity. Or if you can't do that, look for the lessons inside of the situation, because every single situation, everything that you encounter has a lesson to be learned. You understand? So see and train yourself to do this day by day, month by month, year by year, and your life will be completely different. You're naturally going to gravitate towards answers. You're naturally going to gravitate towards positivity. It's a discipline, just like how you learn a skill, just like how you learn anything. Day by day, you will get there. Optimism leads to success. When you're optimistic, you are guaranteed to be successful, because the optimistic mindset is always looking at solutions, always looking at the positive, always looking at progression. And if you're doing that all the time in every aspect of your life, whether it be physical, mental, spiritual, financial, if you're always looking to be better, if you're always looking for opportunity, if you're always looking for the lessons, then you will live a successful lifetime. Every endeavor will be successful. That's the only way to grow. Successful people look at opportunity, look at their failures as something to be learned from. You understand? So If you want to be successful in this lifetime, if you want to live a joyful life, optimism will get you there. That's literally the formula to be a successful being, because you can only go up, up, up. But if you're looking at the negative, if you're looking at what's wrong in every situation, then your life will be a failure. Then eventually you're going to give up. You understand? Train your mind to see optimism. That is literally the foundation, the core of success. Because if you're optimistic, you're not going to give up. If you're optimistic, you're going to push yourself further. You're going to keep striving over and over again to be the best version of yourself. So optimism equals success. Positive expectation is powerful. The moment you have positive expectations and that, your life is completely changed for the better. Now, when I say positive expectation, obviously things can happen in all different ways. But when you think positive, instead of thinking worst case scenario about what can go wrong and about things that might never happen and that, like, which basically means you're suffering because all the time you're anticipating negativity, start thinking positive. Like, okay, this is going to go through. Okay, when I achieve this, because then you're in a positive state of mind, you're feeling good, you're thinking good, which means you're more likely to bring them things about. You understand? Positive expectation. Not everything needs to be negative. You don't need to prepare for the worst case scenario every single second. When it comes, you deal with it. But even when the worst comes, still look at the positive. Still think positive about what there is to come, because positivity brings joy in life. Positivity keeps you living, or optimism keeps you living, because if you're always thinking negative, then you're not looking forward to waking up. You're not looking forward to doing a task. You're not looking forward to anything. But when you know, okay, something positive is down the line, you have a glimmer of hope, then that keeps you going. That keeps you waking up. That keeps you striving, because you know there's good things to come. If you can't see anything good in your future, you're not even going to face it. But if you feel like your future is going to be positive and you have positive expectation, you're in a better state of mind, better energy levels, and you're likely to push forward because you know something at the end of it. Your mindset affects your actions. The way you act comes down to the way you think. And if your thinking is negative, your actions will be negative. And if your actions are negative, then your habits will be negative. You understand? So this is why you have to start looking at things in a positive perspective. Because if you look at however you view something, is going to determine your behavior. So if you view something as positive, your behavior towards the thing or person will be positive. If you view something or situation as negative, your behavior will be so. You understand? That's why you have to approach every situation with positivity, every situation with optimism, because that will determine how you think and behave, which is going to determine the result of whatever it is you're doing. You understand? So mindset affects your actions. Change the way you think, and you're going to change the way you behave. You cannot change your behavior without changing your thought process, because it's the thought process that determines your behavior. That's the reality of life. You understand? Don't go backwards. Change your thinking. Then the thinking will change the action. Your action will then change your habit, and your habit will become your character or your destiny. So start with the mind. Positive thoughts equals positive life. The quality of your life comes down to the quality of your thoughts. It's really that simple, because your thoughts will determine your emotions and your feelings, and your emotions and feelings will determine your behavior. So when you have a positive state of mind, you're living a great life, because you're feeling good within yourself, you're thinking good, and that's it. That's all there is to it. Whether things happen your way or not, it's the way you think and feel that matters at the end of the day. You understand? Even if you have everything going for you, but your thoughts are negative, you're constantly anxious, you're constantly frustrated, depressed, your life is not good. Your life is suffering. But if you can have a positive state of mind and you're feeling good within yourself, then you're living a joyful, positive life. Because when you weigh up your whole lifetime, it comes down to how you felt for the whole of it. If 80 to 90% of the time you're stressed out, frustrated, anxious, blah, blah, then what do you consider that life? A good life? A bad life? You wasted it. If 80 to 90% of the time you've been joyful, optimistic, smiling, positive expectation, then that right there is a good life. Regardless of what's happened in there, for the most of it is good. So your internal affects the external. Your thoughts affect your health. The way you think affects your physical and mental health. That's why if you're depressed or anxious, you are having a negative experience inside of your body, because just them thoughts of stress, frustration can bring about disease, can bring about different problems. So vice versa, if you're thinking good and you are constantly in an optimistic state of mind, then your cells are actually feeling good, which means they're gonna work at their best. Your body's and mind is gonna work at its best if you're feeling good within yourself. That's the effect of your thoughts. So everything has its opposites. If negative thoughts and feelings bring about disease and bring about mental problems and that, what do you think positive thoughts and feelings do? It can only be the opposite of that. That's the significance of your thoughts. So your thoughts are not just something that's just here and there. It actually affects not only your physical health, but also your mental health. You understand? So pay close attention to your thoughts. Pay close attention to what you let inside of your mind, the people who you come in contact with, social media. Everything affects your mind. And however your mind is affected, it's going to manifest into positivity, optimism, or even disease and poor health. You understand? I appreciate you watching the video to the end. If it brought you value, hit that like button, comment down below what you want to see next, and make sure to subscribe.